Welcome back to finally some new and additional RWB content. Today we're here at ABE Elite Automotive in Concord, Ontario, and we have Peter with us.
Hello, my name is Peter. I'm a Porsche enthusiast. I'm an RWB super fan. And realistically, I just love cars and driving.
And I think that's all you need to know. My first question is going to be quite generic and quite a common RWB question.
Sure.
When did you first hear about RWB?
Probably about 8 or 10 years ago.
8 or 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And where did you hear about
On Instagram.
RWB? On Instagram.
Yeah, Instagram was my influence.
So the socials were your influence in that case. Awesome. So what was the deciding factor that said, yes, I need an RWB, that you had to have one, there was nothing that would get in your way?
I think when I wasn't satisfied after I purchased my 964, I looked at it, I loved it, but I wasn't like fully happy. And I kept on looking back at the original photo that I found of the first RWB I fell in love with. It was a black 964, and I think he named it Tarantula. That's what he said to me. That was the deciding factor that I needed to get an RWB done. It's one of the only ones that I see without a spoiler.
And that was basically why you decided to go with this look.
Correct.
So while we're on that topic, what kit did you go with? What kit is this?
It's just an ultra wide body.
Yes, okay. And I think you wanted it to be nice and wide because
Yes.
you like things nice and
I like
wide.
them nice and wide.
That's the best way to put it.
Yeah.
And plus you had a great inspiration from the Tarantula, which
Correct.
kind of gave you the reasoning for wanting this exact kit, this exact basically color combination as well, right?
Yeah, all black.
But the one difference is, and here's what makes your car unique, because your car is the first automatic build in Canada.
Yes.
Why did you go forward with an automatic?
Well, a number of reasons. One, I do a lot of traffic, and the clutch is not my friend. The Don Valley Parkway here in Toronto is a very, very slow, painful one, but I love driving the city. So I don't want to be doing a clutch every chance I get. I prefer to be able to cruise, have coffee, just, hit the road.
That's perfect. That's a great explanation. Not to only mention, I think building an RWB is not a cheap thing, right?
Yeah.
And I think it also helped going with the automatic because they are harder to find, but the pricing is a little bit better on the automatics compared to the
To be honest, I almost had a hard time finding an automatic. So I don't think I was almost going to get a manual transmission because I couldn't find an automatic. I got very lucky, at least in my
pricing
opinion.
wasn't even in the question.
No,
it was
I
like,
didn't,
this is what you needed. Plus, you went for one with a Triptonic, which kind of...
It's the first Tiptronic ever made with Porsches. So, yeah, I wasn't looking. I didn't want a manual transmission. And I did find a few, but I really wanted to find an easy transmission.
And that's exactly what you got here. So that's awesome. Why did you decide to build the car here at ABE Elite?
So ABE Elite has been doing all of my cars for the better part of a decade. All the servicing they do, the wrapping, the detailing, they do everything here. And in my opinion, of all the places that I've been to, they are the best. And the customer service is the best. The shop itself is super clean and insanely beautiful. And the caliber of clientele and cars that they have here is unmatched. It really is.
You come here and then you hear some of the names that pop by, and you see someone picking up your car and you're like, they come here too?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's nice.
So how does it feel to actually see Nakai cutting up your car that you've owned for so long and him actually completing the work on it?
I think the initial reaction is, oh dear. But knowing that he's done so many cars, if this was his first one, I'd be really nervous. But I was very comfortable. He's a pro. He can do it.
And I bet seeing him work on the car, it's not until he works on it that you see how much stuff he just does by eye.
Oh,
right?
It's crazy.
And I think that is the scariest part because he just kind of aims the hole and just starts drilling, right?
He's very, very talented. He's extremely talented, very meticulous. And I don't know, if other people who don't understand the RWB concept, I don't think they would really fully get it. He's an artist. He truly is.
What was the most surprising part about seeing him build? What's something you didn't expect? I bet you did a lot of research ahead of time, seeing how the builds go, things like that. But what's one thing you did not expect him to do, or one thing you didn't expect to happen with your build?
I didn't expect the amount of manhandling of the freshly painted body parts. I thought, ABE was really meticulously taking care of paint work on the fenders, and they moved it around the shop until he came. And then once he had him, they were like nothing to him. He was, treating them like that. That was the only thing I didn't anticipate. I thought he'd be more careful, but at the same time, he's not worried about it. And he kind of makes you feel like, don't worry about it. Enjoy it. Enjoy how we're putting it together.
Yeah, I think that was one of the funniest comments from the employees here, because Anthony was mentioning that one of his detailers was like making sure that it was like not touched, not in place, and then he just started throwing them around just around the shop, and he's like, man, good thing that that guy wasn't working that day, because he would have gone ballistic, because they were on him to keep it clean, tidy, and everything, and then that guy's just going straight at it. Now that the car is completed, how does it finally feel to have your RWB built the way you want it? Is it how you imagined, feel, envision?
Better than I expected. Better than I expected. I'm happier than I anticipated. I just being able to look at it now, it's a piece of art. It really is. And I'm very happy with the build. I'm very happy with the body kit. Meeting him was a pleasure, and he's a really fantastic guy, and his whole team. It was just an overall amazing experience.
What is the name that was given to the car?
Ageha is the name. It's a beautiful, I think you said, a beautiful butterfly that brings blessings and good luck.
What are your next plans for the car? What's next? So you got the RWB part done, you got the extra wide body kit done. What's next? Are there next mods, next plans, or trying to just enjoy it?
I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to drive it, and I'll try and get it out to as many shows as it can get to, including anything overseas or out of the country. I think it's part of being part of a club that not everyone can get into. Not because of a financial standpoint, but more of an opportunity standpoint. Sometimes, you just got to get that lottery. It's kind of like a lottery, really, to get lucky enough. You purchase the kit. And, I think they kind of got to approve the car as well. They kind of got to like that option. So it's a cool club to be in.
It is.
Yeah.
And one of your questions was like the Idlers Club, and now that you're part of the Idlers, you actually were invited out to a cruise down in, or a rally, better said, down in California. I think you were very excited to...
Very excited, yeah. Well, I'll ship the car down to California. And then from, I think it's Orange County, they're going to go right down to Las Vegas. So we'll do the trip and be part of the whole group. It should be a lot of fun.
And I only bring that up because I recently did a podcast with EJ. And EJ on that podcast said, EJ is from Chicago. He's the owner of Nora, which was one of Nakai's personal cars, is that these cars are art pieces but meant to be driven.
Absolutely.
And just like you said, you want to enjoy the car, and you're taking this on this rally, which is exactly what Nakai would love to see. And it stays true with the image of RWB. Rough world, one love, right? So you got to make the car a little bit rough.
I think what other people don't know with RWB is you're a Porsche lover.
Yes.
I am true a Porsche fan. I almost drive no other cars. So for me, I get the best of both worlds. I get an aesthetically pleasing art piece that I get to drive that Porsche hasn't been able to do since this generation. But I love Porsche, and I love the RWB culture and the whole story behind it, and I think it's pretty awesome.
So now you're not only an RWB lover, you're an RWB enthusiast, and you're part of Idlers, and you're going to embrace on some incredible journeys. So this beautiful 964 will now cruise along with you.
That's awesome. Well, it was a pleasure to meet you, for sure.
Thank you so much, Peter.
Thank you so much.
And,
it was great to meet you.
If you're in Ontario, hopefully you'll see this car cruising through, as Peter plans to drive it as much as he can.
I will. I will.
We'll see you in the next Parts Avatar video, where we'll keep you tuned with any RWB content, DIY content, or anything else that's car related that you might be interested in. Thank you so much for watching, and click that subscribe button down below. Remember, Parts Avatar has got your back, so don't forget to subscribe to the Parts Avatar channel so you don't miss any of these exciting videos.